Welcome to What Crisis? Fully living in your midlife and beyond. I'm your host, Dan Johansson. What Crisis offers insight and guidance on living an intentional life for people who find themselves on a journey of growth in their middle years. Is there a crisis? Absolutely. The crisis of realizing you're literally on the backside of your life and you haven't truly been living. Whether you're looking to grow into a better version of yourself, or to find or strengthen your loving relationships, or maybe just learn how to give yourself the permission to lead a purpose-driven life with joy and grace, you'll learn something new every episode. So come along for the ride. What is more? What's enough? Is there such a thing as enough? Too much? In context, sure there is. If someone's intention is, stuff for the sake of stuff, whatever that might be, clothes or money, all sorts of materialistic things, yeah, enough can turn to gluttony pretty quickly based on how you define it. Then you're wanting more for the sake of the more, not for some actual benefit of the thing. But in life, how do you define having enough, or perhaps having it all? Again, this all depends on what those things mean to you and the context and intention of your desire. But let's focus on that simple word, more. The word begs the question, more of what? If you're like most people, you've got certain levels of acceptance in your life, and they're often viewed as some kind of either or. Some kind of, I have enough because and maybe I don't need more. These are the places in life that we rationalize what we have or don't against the other parts of our life. And like we covered last time about comparison, we often find ourselves justifying or simply accepting why we do or don't have something. That could be a measure of success expressed by, money. It could be a relationship we'd like to be in. It could even be something like achieving a milestone, like finishing school or learning to juggle. It really doesn't matter. But we'll tell ourselves, I have this, so it's okay that I don't have that. Like we're being selfish if we want more of other things. As if we're only allowed so many good things in our lives and there's some kind of limit on the joy we're allowed to experience. That might sound like, I've got a great marriage, or maybe you've got a great divorce. I don't know. You never know. So I've got this great thing, so I should just be thankful for that and not wish I had a better career or wish I could travel more and so on. And that, my friends, is self-limiting bullshit at its finest. Here's why. We often don't feel worthy of a fully bountiful life. And that's often because we measure so many of life's successes in the extreme. I'm successful in my work because it made me a bunch of money, or I'm a great athlete because all of these trophies say that I am. I'm the one in my family that truly sacrifices everything I've ever wanted for myself for the benefit of my kids. And, these are all fine and they all vary based on person to person, but they don't paint a full picture, do they? Let's accept a very simple principle that we can adopt in life, especially in the place that we're in at this age. You can want more, and you can have it all, or some version of it, if you're willing to balance your perspective of what it is. The goal here is not to have one singular thing of greatness or delight, whether that's found from achievement or experience, but to have sustained joys that come from a multitude of things in our life. And, sure, let me just say, if you're like Michael Jordan talented, this probably doesn't apply to you. Be the best in the world. But I'm assuming the odds of you being a once-in-a-generation something, anything, is pretty small, at least statistically. So let's face it, that thing that we think is or was a pinnacle for us. You know, the award won for being the best whatever, or that amazing day where you finally parachuted out over the Grand Canyon, or that huge payday that came after all that hard work and sacrifice. They're just moments in time, temporary. And all things and moments pass. They all eventually become nothing more than memories and stories. So what does more really mean? I can't tell you what it means for you, that's yours. But I can offer up some perspective on what more, or having it all, might look like. And I'll offer that what we should want more of are the sustainable things that bring us joy regularly. And the balance of accepting that our lives and our joys are like waves and cycles and need more than one wave to complete a process. For example, you might have the drive to be the best player in your pickleball league, or always be the lead in the town play, whatever it may be. As you should. Give it your all. But if that's all you're focused on, you're addicted to the rush of the win and not the experience itself, and might not be getting as much joy from the experience because you're so focused on the milestone. I think for most people, real success would come not in the form of the win, but from the sustainability of the pleasure derived from the experience itself. You won the MVP. That's great. But, and temper your ego here a little bit, doesn't being able to say that you played the game for 40 years and you were so thankful for the opportunity to do so over such a long time, doesn't that sound and feel a whole lot better than you were MVP in 2007? I'm guessing for many of us that would probably be a yes. So what does this mean in the context of more or enough? Quite a lot, actually. In balance, there's no reason why we can't have a multitude of sources that bring us joy, many ongoing successes, a bounty of pleasures, whether that's some mix of a fulfilling career, along with a fun hobby, a healthy relationship, who knows, no relationship, multiple relationships, whatever it is that you desire. And I'm hoping that they're interspersed with random fuck it moments where you throw away the rule book and dive headfirst into the unknown for nothing more than the experience. Those are some of my favorites. A truly fulfilling life is most often found in the balance, and that's found in not being the best, but doing your best. Remember, no comparison. Doing your best. And being okay with having more than one bounty. Do your work well and let that be your reward. Treat the people you love the best you can and keep learning how to be the best you that you can with them and for them and for yourself. Do that thing that gets you excited. Join the club. Start a club. Commune with your tribe. Play the sport. But spread yourself around. Having it all isn't about all of one thing. It's really about having enough of all the things that bring you joy, in balance with each other. My hope for you, if you accept the challenge, is to add one more thing to your repertoire this month. Step out of the same old and try something new, anything new. And if you don't like it, try something else. For many of us, living a full life comes from having more, of more unique things, not just more of one thing. There's a great quote by Paulo Coelho that says, "The boat is safer anchored at the port, but that is not the aim of boats." So pull up that rope and try something new. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening and spending part of your day with me. If you like what you hear, give me a follow. And if you're so inclined, since you like it anyway, feel free to leave a kind review. For more information, follow me on danjohansson.com, where you'll also find links to my books, daily Instagram posts, and so much more.